Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. I'm going to be using the Secret Artisan Shave Soap. Now this is version 2. I'm not telling you what's in it yet because that'll all be revealed whether they release this one or version 1. It's a very good soap. I've sent version 1 across the sea to someone who'll probably use it on the channel very soon. So I'll leave that to him to do that when he gets it, if he wants to use it on the channel, and just give his opinion on it. We've got reasonably similar opinions on stuff that we use, but we do differ with certain things, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes with it. Now, the brush for today is going to be my Wolf Whiskers Purple Haze. Now this, I love this, I absolutely love this brush, I really do. It's got 25mm Black Wolf fan knot, not the Ultra Fan, not the bulb, the fan knot. These ones, this particular one is no longer available. I'm not really sure what Peter's knots are now, what he actually offers, but there is the soap. I've squished it down and let's do a good load. So it's head shave first. I'll be using a different soap and a different brush for my face shave. It'll actually be Mitchell's Wool Fat again. It's my every second shave soap at the moment and I'm really enjoying using it. So I'm going to get a good load into the brush here and see how we go. Now this one does have an additional ingredient in this soap. It does affect the scent. It's not, in terms of version 1 and version 2, this one doesn't smell as nice. Now, I think they are slightly different in terms of the scent profiles, but this one does have a slight funkiness to it, which I don't really enjoy. So personally, if I had the opportunity to choose one or the other, I would choose the other one just solely based on its scent alone, given that it still provides an amazing lather for a shave. Now this tub I may actually send out as well. I didn't even ask the artisan that makes this if it was okay to send it. I just sent it because I thought it's best getting a second opinion on it. But there's the load. There's what's in the tub. Now I've got a little bit of water in the sink, not a lot today, because I'm going to be using warm water to rinse the razor. It's basically because I'm going to be using this from scratch, and as you can see, I have got quite a fair bit of hair growth. Probably a bad idea. It's the same blades that are in it, and I've used it a few times now, and it's the exact same blades. So I'm just going to wet my head, paint the load on. Right. Get the brush like that, and then what I do is I just pop a few sprinkles of water in it and put it back on the head. It's going to need quite a bit of water, this, I believe. And again, so we'll just keep adding until we get where we want to be. I don't know why I keep saying we, because it's me talking shit again. Beautiful day today. It's like 20, I think it's about 26 degrees today. It's absolutely lovely. I've got my return visit to the hospital tomorrow, the 10th of December, to see how my arm has healed. It still hurts, so not all the time, but every now and then I do something, forget about it, and it hurts where the break was. So that's not real great. I'm just hoping it's healed enough that the doctor will sign me on to at least drive again, as my dad goes back on Sunday, the 15th, which is this coming Sunday. So if I can't drive, it's going to make life real difficult, especially for getting the kids to and from the soccer and things. Luckily, I say luckily, at this time of year, because my wife's a nurse lecturer at TAFE, she gets quite a bit of time off, like pretty much like a teacher would get from school for the summer holidays. Of course, our summer holidays are in December and January, not like the UK where it would be, I think it's June and July. I can't even remember, it's been so long since I was at school. I'm just adding more water. One thing I like about this soap, even with quite a bit of growth on my head, it still builds an amazing lather. You can see that building up there. I mean, the scent's not disgusting, it's just not, you know, if I picked it up I would never go, oh, I like that. I'd go, ultimately, I know the performance is great, but me for sure anyway, I choose pretty much everything based on scent. You know, if it smells nice. Food's the same. You eat. People say you eat with your eyes. I generally don't. I eat with my nose. If it smells good, then I don't mind putting it in my mouth, even though I'll try anything anyway. And I have tried a lot of weird and wonderful things over the years. But if it smells horrendous, it can put you off actually eating it as well. Oh, look at that. What a lather. I mean, that is some thick, glossy lather. The brush is chock-a-block. Just doesn't smell particularly nice. Right, the leaf razor. Now this one is in the sort of gunmetal grey, I think. I can't even remember what it was called. Now Mercury. Mercury is the colour scheme. I've got 3 vintage blades in here, a Gillette Super Stainless, the spoiler, an Australian Super Stainless, which is behind me. And I've got a vintage Persona blade made in Glasgow. So like I said, I'm just going to use warm water out of the sink today. I don't normally do it. I don't enjoy the noise of the water running all the time every couple of seconds, but it's just going to clean the razor out better. Now in terms of holding this razor, I actually hold it like that pretty much when I'm shaving my head, and I pop my finger on the top like that for most of the strokes. I'm going to go with the grain first. What do you reckon? I tell you, that's not too bad. I'm just trying this out just to see whether this is a razor that's actually viable for this kind of shave. My first experience with it as a head shaver, it was okay. It did a reasonably good job, it did enough. However, having now used it for a bit, I've got a nice feel for it and how it shaves. I'm quite impressed with it. Now of course, it's very chunky in terms of the head. You can see how high that head sits up there. It's a big chunky old razor. So it does struggle with some things, no doubt. That I have to sort of fix up with a DE, which is mainly just around the ear where I am now. But in general, it does a very good job. Of course, the main selling point to this razor is the fact that it's pretty much all eco-friendly. It's all metal. I don't know if it's Zamac, coated Zamac, or whatever the metal is that it's made of, but it's all metal construction. It's all recyclable. It uses DE blades snapped in half, which generally come in a cardboard box. Now it was something I thought about with Feather, some of the Persona blades. There are a few others that actually come in a plastic. Look how thick that lather is. Is that not just, look at it, wow. Look at the hair. Not that you want to look at the hair, but it just gives you an idea. And as you can see, just with a quick rinse in the hot water, it's crystal clear. Come on, there we go. So I may just do this for the first pass. Really, really nice, smooth razor. The blades appear to be cutting very well. Right, I've taken all the soap off. Let's have a little feel, just wet my hands. Yeah, look, there's a few chunks on the back that it's missed. Now let's just see if I can get most of that off here. The real bonus to this soap that I'm finding is that it's very, very slick. It really is a slick soap, and it's quite protective, and it really gives a lovely post-shave feel, which is a big, big bonus. Right, I'm going to finish off really enjoyed using this recently. I'm going to finish off with the head blade. So I'm happy with that. I've knocked all the growth down. Got a little bit of water in the sink now and I was just going to start shaving there, but I will apply another lather. Why not? Let's not waste it. And that'll do it. I don't need any more than that. That's pretty thick actually. It probably really needs a little bit more hydration in the soap. But now this is a 3-blade cartridge that I've got in here, and it really only works well when you don't have a lot of growth on your head, which I don't now because I've knocked it all down. Because it does clog up, this 3-blade cartridge, it really struggles. But this side, I don't use my left hand, I just switch it up like that. It's not ideal, but it's not difficult and it's not uncomfortable to use it like that. And now I can put it on and just away you go. I've recommended this razor from the day I used it. I think it's absolutely tremendous. However, I have had people use it and have bad experiences with it, where it's cut them all up and left them in a bloody mess. I've cut myself with it once, and it was used at error. It wasn't because it wasn't a good shave. It was, I pushed it and basically sliced into my head. But that's the only blood that I've drawn with this razor, I believe, from memory. I've never really ever had a bad shave with it, unless the blades were a bit blunt. It's the only time I can remember using it. This soap is so slick. That's really slick, and it feels amazing on the skin. It's got a lovely sort of texture to it, even when it's just the residual slickness you're dealing with. It feels lovely on your fingers. I'm just going to do that front bit there. Make sure that's all taken down. And that's me, BBS. It's just as simple as that. From a sort of modern cartridge in terms of, it's like modern vintage with the leaf razor. It's a very, very modern style razor in the head blade. Oh yes, superb. Just going to rinse the brush out. I think I waste more water cleaning the brush out and the soap out than I do in the shave. I just spend so much time getting every last little bit of water out that I can, and every little bit of soap. I don't want to leave anything in the base of the knot. Now the question was posed recently again to me with regards to drying the brushes and what I do. Everything that I dry in terms of my brushes, once I've done it, I flick it really hard, like really flick the shit out of it, get all that water out, and then I get the brush and I rub it on a towel like that. You can just see over here, just lightly, basically just the tips of the brush. And what you'll see if you use a darker towel like this, sorry, a light towel that goes dark when it's wet. You'll see a dark mark just on the towel where the brush has been. And what you're looking for is just a uniform brush like that, where there's no big holes or anything like that in it. Come on, focus. There we go. The soap, let's give that a rinse out. I was going to use this for the face shave as well, but I'm really enjoying Mitchell's Roquefort. I'm so glad that I just took the plunge, grabbed one, just to try it. I'm always hearing good things about it. I do hear bad things about it. Obviously there are a lot of people out there that struggle with it like I do. And some people just don't like the scent, or some people are reacting to the lanolin in it, some people have an allergic reaction to lanolin. So there are specific reasons and stuff why people don't use it. But so far it's one of the best soaps I've ever used, and it's certainly probably the slickest soap I've used. I've been really happy with it. But that was V2. As you can see there, that is the soap. It's outstanding. The post shave is amazing. It is a vegetal based soap. It's just brilliant. I really enjoy using it, and I think even those out there that use tallow soaps are going to be so impressed with this vegetal base, because it leaves your skin feeling great. It's thick, it's dense, it's glossy, it's slick, it's got everything you want. This one smells a little bit shit. That's about it. The other one smells lovely, very sort of fruity, woodsy, but this one just smells awful. The Headblade Moto finished off my shave. I went backwards here, but that's the one I picked up first. Cracking razor, last blade. I still haven't got any new ones yet coming. And the leaf razor took down all that heavy growth to begin with and did a cracking job. It really did. It's such a nice razor to use. I'm not using it for my face shave today, but I was contemplating it. What I do with it is I use a soft toothbrush, a very soft toothbrush, and I just brush it all down afterwards. Same with most of my cartridge razors. I'm just going to sit them to the side just now, because I'm not using them now. Set the soap to the side. And that's me done and dusted. Did I show you the brush again? You've already seen it anyway. Wolf Whiskers Purple Haze. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know whether Pira still has these blanks or not, but it's absolutely stunning. Now he didn't make this blank. This was ordered in from Europe when I ordered my brush. I was very lucky to get it at the time. He just had some, so very happy with that. I will be finishing off with this today. This was it wasn't a gift, but someone put it onto the Australian Wet Shaving Enablement group, asking people to describe their, I think it was a favourite scent, or a favourite soap scent, a favourite aftershave scent, and describe it and why it's their favourite and bits. And I put a spiel on there about Fougere Gothique from Barrister and Mann, and subsequently it was picked by his daughter. I put a bit of swearing in there, so it was a bit, shouldn't really be swearing when his daughter's reading it, but fine L'Orange Noir, done and dusted. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.